Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, January 23, 2023. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says no effort will be spared in uncovering the full extent of alleged fraudulent activity at Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL. Mr. Holness adds that those involved will face the full brunt of the law. The Prime Minister made the commitment Friday following a debriefing session involving the Minister of Finance, the Commissioner of Police, the Attorney General's Department, and representatives of the Financial Services Commission and the Financial Investigations Division.
Having had the benefit of the brief, I can confidently say to the nation that all the relevant government entities are seized of the urgent nature of this matter, the great public concern, and the suffering of the victims. I am satisfied that the entities understand the implications and the potentially complex nature of this matter and the need for transparency, diligence, and prudence in all their operations.
Mr. Holness argued that given the potentially complex and litigious nature of the allegations, the state must ensure that every bit of information shared with the public is verified.
The government will ensure that the laws and systems in place work for the benefit of the general public good, accountability for those responsible, and justice for those negatively affected.
The Prime Minister meanwhile called on the public to be patient as the probe continues. He also urged citizens not to fuel panic through speculations and baseless assertions. According to Prime Minister Holness, there's no need to panic about the strength and soundness of the financial system. In addition to being the leading financial market within the region, Mr. Holness says significant reforms have been implemented over the last 2 decades to maintain the island's strong and vibrant financial system. The government is taking steps to modify the status of security guards providing services within the public sector, from independent contract workers to standard employees. Amendments to over 500 contracts with security firms will take effect on April 1 this year. It will bring the services in alignment with the Supreme Court's ruling last year establishing security guards as employees. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark made the disclosure during a press briefing on Thursday. Dr. Clark informed that a special task force will engage security firms contracted by the government over the next 100 days in the review process.
The amendments will not be limited to rates, however. They will also contain conditions of employment with the express requirement that security guards are recognized, are treated, are rewarded as employees in accordance with the laws of Jamaica. A breach of these terms with respect to any security guard working at any ministry, department, or agency will be grounds for termination of that contract.
The minister says the adjustments will also see changes in the costs for security guard services.
For these employer obligations to be honored going forward, and for security guards who are employees of these firms to benefit, the simple fact is that customers of security guard firms will have to pay more for security guard services, and there is no way around that.
Dr. Clark adds that bid documents used to procure security services must stipulate that guards be treated as employees. In other news, the state will be setting aside $415 million to repair 2 roads in southern Manchester. They are the roadway between Newport and Pusey Hill, as well as the porous to Redbury roads. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Everald Warmington, provided the update during a recent tour of Manchester.
Looking at the French section here, now we have to look at Bosu Lane, phase 2, to complete that one as such. Ebenezer Road needs some work, and that also I'm going to ask NDB to prepare an estimate for me. And Pusey Hill, you have the road and breakaway, and you have one also in Victoria, breakaway. And St. Diego is a drain and road situation down there that the team in St. Elizabeth will prepare estimate for us, so we can try our best to initiate some repairs and rehabilitation in different sections of the constituency.
Mr. Warmington says almost $134 million has already been spent on road infrastructure projects in Manchester Southern. These include Pusey Hill to Restore, Alligator Pond to Guts River, Porous and Bustle Lane, Downs to Alligator Pond, and Cross Keys to Cocoa Walk. A project aimed at protecting the coastal town of Anato Bay Saint Mary from storm surges is scheduled to begin in June. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the announcement at the recent handover of the Port Maria fire station in the parish. He noted that the project will be another significant investment in the parish to include revetment and drainage work.
This new project will help to solve a part of the challenge, which will be the revetment works, which will protect it from storm surges and devastating wave actions. It will also, I'm sure, help with the drainage in the town.
The project will be facilitated under the Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project, which is being implemented by the Jamaica Social Investment Fund. It's part of a loan agreement with the World Bank and the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. The Northeast Regional Health Authority, Nera, is now better equipped to respond to emergencies in St. Anne, St. Mary, and Portland. That's thanks to the acquisition of 2 new ambulances and a panel van worth $33 million. One ambulance will be deployed to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, another to the St. Mary Health Department, and the panel van to the Port Maria Hospital. Nera Director Fabia Lam says the vehicles will increase the region's fleet, which serves 5 hospitals and 71 health centers.
2 2022 ambulances to increase our fleet of ambulances from 19 to 21, and 1 2023 panel van, increasing our total fleet to 60.
And finally, residents of 2 communities in northeast Manchester are now experiencing the benefits of access to free public Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi access points were recently installed in the districts of Craighead and Allison in Manchester by the Universal Service Fund, USF. Speaking at the launch in Allison, Chief Executive Officer of the USF, Daniel Dawes, implored citizens to protect the device.
Make sure the service is protected. It is for you and primarily for the children. It is meant for educational purposes, research purposes, business transaction.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Northeast Manchester, Audley Shaw, welcomed the service for the residents.
I am hoping that one day we will be able to say that all districts, not just in Northeast Manchester, but all districts in Jamaica should have this service, because it can help in our education of our children. It can help in the more effective communication with our citizens.
19 Wi-Fi hotspots have so far been established in town centers across the island. Plans are also in place to have Wi-Fi installed in Christiana, St. Anne's Bay, Portmore, and Santa Cruz. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.